seconds. There you go.
Hello?
There you go. So the team should be sitting at the back, and then we'll bring them round when we're unveiling the car.
Right, okay. So I'll be in the...
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Speakers around the front.
Cool. Do you think it's actually...
Give you your own mic.
Yeah.
When it's on, there you go, good to go. Testing, yes it will.
Yeah. Well,
Check, 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As Dean of the School of Physics, Engineering and Computer Science, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our highly anticipated launch of the University of Hertfordshire's 2024 Formula Student Entries. Today, we celebrate not only the innovative spirit and hard work of our students, but also the incredible support network that has made these projects possible. Clearly, I'm joined by an audience that values engineering and motorsport, and I appreciate your commitment tonight, given we're competing with the England game right now. Over the past year, our student teams have demonstrated remarkable determination and teamwork. They have meticulously designed, tested, and refined this car, overcoming numerous challenges along the way. Their commitment to their teams is truly inspiring. In developing the all-electric vehicle UH27, the 21-person strong team has followed in the footsteps of many Hertfordshire graduates that have cut their teeth on Formula Student. We have a proud legacy that goes back to the inception of the competition in 1998. The UH Formula Student team don't play it safe. We recognise the need to innovate, and we have always pushed the boundaries of engineering and performance, bringing the first Formula Student hydrogen car and the first electric car to compete in a Formula Student competition, accolades that have earned us a respected place in the annals of Formula Student history. And it is my hope that this evening our 30-strong Formula Student AI team will create a new branch in our Formula Student family tree. This year's teams are building on this legacy. I want to acknowledge the unwavering dedication to our academic and technical teams in their support of this endeavour. Your guidance, expertise and encouragement have been instrumental in every shape of this project. Thank you for fostering an environment where creativity and engineering excellence can thrive. A special thanks also goes out to our esteemed sponsors who have generously supported our vision. Whether based locally or elsewhere, many of you have a global operation, but it is your contributions here in Hertfordshire that are supporting the next generation of engineers to bring their projects to life. We are deeply grateful for the belief in our students and in our future of engineering. I hope that the realization of the 2024 car will cement a partnership that will see you join us again next year and for many years to come. And finally, thank you to our students who, while innovating on their car, have nonetheless seemingly decided to stick to tradition, maintaining their own powertrain, fueling themselves with coffee and pizza. They have taken this car off the drawing board and brought it to life, ready to compete. As we unveil this vehicle, let us celebrate the collaborative effort that has brought us here. To our students, mentors, and sponsors, thank you. Thank you for your hard work, support, and for making this moment possible. Before introducing our other speakers this evening, I'd like to personally wish the teams all the very best for their upcoming competitions. So let's give them the first big round of applause for the evening. I now have the pleasure of briefly introducing you to Tom Johnson, our UH27 team lead, and to Jason Joseph, our Formula Student AI lead. Tom will speak a little bit later, and please do go downstairs and have a look at the stand for the Formula Student AI team. I'd also like to introduce you to Ryan Claiborne. Ryan was team lead for UH22 and UH23. He graduated with a first-class honours on the MEng Automotive Motorsport course in 2020. Since graduating, Ryan has worked for Mercedes-AMG high-performance powertrains on both their Formula E and Formula One programs. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening. And over to you, Ryan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honour to be stood in front of you this evening as members of the team and their friends and family, their support staff and technicians, alumni and sponsors. A little over 5 years ago, in June 2019, I was stood in this very same position, not as a keynote speaker, but as a team leader of UH Racing, presenting our latest creation, UH22, the very last combustion-powered car made by the team, which can be seen in the foyer. Thankfully, I stand in front of you today in a slightly less stressed position compared to that day. On the day of our launch, the car arrived at the event on 4 wheels, just. The front wing was glued together in good time, but with the incorrect adhesive. So it spent most of the evening resting on the floor and slowly disassembling itself. And we only had enough time to stick to one side of the car. So it sat one side against the wall to prevent people from looking at it. As you would expect, things have moved on a little since then, both personally, globally, and within the UH Racing camp. Obviously, some things haven't. England still can't win a football trophy. And based on this evening's performance, I'm not sure we will this year either. And the usual question still remains, when will summer really start? After the campaign of 2019 with UH22, I completed my master's here at University of Hertfordshire alongside 4 other engineers, also alongside another 20 team members, which we led. Our aim for this project was to create the first 4-wheel drive electric car that UH Racing has ever produced. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you will all remember, the global pandemic came about very rapidly and very aggressively, which wiped our hopes and attempts at finishing the project off in 2020 as the UK and indeed the world locked down. That term certainly has a lot more poignant impact now compared to 5 years ago. While we didn't get to build that car, we laid some of the foundations and the groundwork the UH27 that's being unveiled today has been built on. While I've been back briefly since in an alumni capacity, it is the reason I'm excited to be back this evening to see the wealth of improvements and progress that the team has made since then. Since graduating, it has been a journey of progress on my career path, and one I hope to provide some inspiration of what a motorsport career could look like. As a result of the education provided by the University of Hertfordshire and the work during my time within the Formula Student team, I was fortunate enough to secure a graduate engineer role at Mercedes-AMG high-performance powertrains, otherwise known as the engine supplier of the works team Mercedes F1 team, and engine supplier to McLaren, Aston Martin, and Williams F1 teams. In addition, we're also the manufacturer of the powertrains used in the Mercedes Formula E team and the AMG 1 hypercar, alongside many other advanced technology projects that are used in Mercedes road cars in the future. I promise this is not a plug to buy Mercedes cars, but I'm sure any dealership would be most happy to help if you're interested. After 6 months on the graduate scheme, I was promoted to performance engineer, initially within the Formula E team, Formula E being the World Championship for electric racing. And in my time with the team, I was supporting the effort from the factory and track side, and we won both the drivers and constructors championships for 2 years in a row. I owe a lot of my understanding of electric powertrains to my time in Formula Student, and it shouldn't be underestimated how much carryover in technology there is between this project and the industry. In 2022, Mercedes departed the Formula E Championship off the back of those 2 championship wins, and I moved within the business into a new role on the Formula One side. I remained as a performance engineer, but since then I've been working on the Formula One engines set for racing in 2026, when the new set of regulations come into force. If you'd have said to a younger Ryan 5 years ago he would run engines as his day job and working at the forefront of high-performance engine technology, I think he'd have said that was rather unlikely. Another part of the job is to work alongside the Mercedes race and development drivers to deliver an engine that behaves as they like. Although not that Lewis Hamilton guy. Since he's announced his departure to Ferrari, we won't be telling him anything. Now, enough about me. This evening is about celebrating the UH Racing team and their new creation. So I want to just highlight quite what Formula Student is about and what it involves as a team member. To the parents and family members that have no doubt been on the receiving end of tired, frustrated, and possibly grumpy offspring, I apologise if this is simply repeating a lot of what you've already been hearing. A proper Formula Student team, like UH Racing, is essentially a small business in its own right. The team must govern themselves by forming an efficient team structure to deliver a communicative, cohesive, and ultimately a productive team. They must gain funding and manage their budgets through the university and external sponsors, recruit and promote talent, adjusting the team structure based on the project needs, reviewing junior years at the university for additional help, and also by promoting the university to prospective students who are not yet at the university. They must conceptualise, design, manufacture, assemble, and ideally test their entire vehicle. They must manage sponsor relations with their own return on investment criteria and communicate effectively to suppliers. And finally, develop both short, medium, and long-term plans for the year and those following, factoring in their resource, which is dependent on the university calendar and national holidays, of course. Now, different teams execute this to different degrees of professionalism, because after all, it is a competition. But the normal front-running teams will resonate with this list I've just detailed, and no doubt add another dozen items that I've missed. From the outside, it can be hard to appreciate the amount of work and effort that goes into a Formula Student project. For a single team member, over the year, it can be over 1,500 hours worth of work. To give that some context, that is equivalent to 9 months' work if they are employed full-time. Students normally deliver this amount of work in just over 10 months, from project pickup at the end of September through till competition in July. Bearing in mind there is also a university course to complete at the same time, it shows the dedication given by the students. I hasten to add, and I'm sure the engineers in the room will enjoy this stat, engineering features on the Oxford University's top 10 list of hardest degrees twice in the form of aerospace and electrical engineering, and both are studied and used in the creation of the Formula Student car project. At the end of the project, when the car hits the track at Silverstone in July, they will end up with a car housing one of the most efficient powertrains, a power-to-weight ratio of greater than most supercars, and it can do 0 to 60 in much less than 3 seconds. In fact, a Formula Student car, albeit unrestricted from the incredibly lengthy set of regulations that they must adhere to, is the world record holder of the fastest 0 to 60 time. It is as a result of these regulations being designed to ensure that the next generation of aspiring engineers are being introduced into the fields of electrification, assisted driving, data acquisition, and AI control. They become subject-aware and well-rounded people in incredibly important topics within the wider automotive and extended engineering industry. As a result of all this, Formula Student engineers are prime candidates for placements, graduate and permanent job opportunities within many top and emerging firms across the UK and internationally, providing not only good knowledge, but good soft skills, the ability to work well as a team, and are able to articulate their ideas well. So, looking forwards to the team, For your competition ahead with UH27, I hope the fruits of your labour are rewarded where it is deserved. For those graduating this year, I hope that you achieve the results that you have worked hard for and secure both challenging and rewarding jobs in the future. And finally, for those that remain within the team for next year, my advice is to learn as much as you can from this year's team and get to work as early as you can on next year's car and be clear on setting ambitious and manageable targets going forwards. This concludes my speech. Good luck to the team and thank you very much for listening.
Right. There. Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Thomas Johnson. I've been introduced a few times tonight, so I'll try and keep the intro nice and short and sweet. I'm the team lead for UH27. UH27, as the name suggests, is the 27th car, 27th year we've been competing in Former Student, but we've built a lot more than 27 cars. We've spoken this evening about the fact that UH Racing built the world's first hydrogen combustion car and electric car. And I want to delve a little bit more into that because I'm really proud of this team's rich history. And I think it's fantastic that we get to continue the legacy of a team that's been around since before the IMechE competition was even introduced. In fact, I want to talk to you a little bit about UH12A, which was the world's first electric Formula Student car. Now, I'm a stats man. I run the website formulastudentstatistics.com because I really like that for some reason. In fact, if you're interested to know, UH Racing scores more points and finishes higher than any other UK Formula Student team. So you can load your guns with that and fire it at any other university you like. We're on the top. We're also the only UK team and one of only 9 teams in the world to hold a top 10 ranking in both combustion and electric cars at the same time. So yeah, that's another round for you. Go and use that however you like. UH12A was built to 27, a little bit vague rules that the Former Student Germany competition had released to effectively move into the realm of electric powertrains. There are now 217 rules that we have to follow as an electric team, and that's a lot more, which is possibly one of the reasons why it's taken us this long to get to this point. But I'm really proud of the fact that we are closer than we've ever been before to a running electric car, and in 4 weeks' time, we'll be heading to Silverstone with that goal. To compete with a running electric Formula Student car for the first time since 2010 and the first time since 2019 that we'll be running at all. That is the goal. The car you see here is very nearly there, and these 4 weeks are going to be intense. But I know I can rely on my team at the back, a team of people that I've gotten to know very well over the last 9 months to bring us to that goal. In a minute, I'll bring them all down to the front. We'll play a lovely little video for you to watch and we'll unveil the car. But before I do that, I want to talk to you about why I came to this university in the first place. So I started at this university in the fall of 2021, so coming towards the end of the coronavirus pandemic. And I looked through a lot of university prospectuses before I came here. And I'll be honest, I ruled out any university that didn't mention Formula Student in their motorsport programs. That's why Hertfordshire made the cut. And I think it's fantastic that the university supports this program. I think it is an amazing opportunity for young engineers to learn practical engineering skills that will prepare them to go out into the world of automotive stuff. Formula Student provides a lot more than a platform to just build a car with your mates. We use industry standard equipment and software to develop cutting edge cars. We have come up against the limit and possibly pushed over the limit more than once this year. And I'm sure we've got a few more of those to go before this thing starts turning wheels. The University of Hertfordshire has been developing the Spectra building, which we'll be moving into next year, which is a fantastic testament to the investment that they're making into their automotive and general engineering programs. Specs obviously being the School of Physics, Engineering and Computer Science. So I just wanted to say thank you to the university for continuing to support us and continuing to support engineering in general. there's so many universities that compete in Former Student now, over 1,000 across the globe, and we've gone up against them and we've won against a lot of them. There are so many universities that don't do it right. The fact that we've been given the opportunity to push the boundaries with a 4-wheel drive electric car is proof that the University of Hertfordshire believes in their students, and I think that's fantastic. I think there are a lot of universities that are completely detached from the people that are attending, and I just want to say thank you to the university. Thank you to friends and family for putting up with us over the last 9 months and beyond, as we've come home with tales of torment from the lab and come home tired and hungry and whatever. But thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for putting up with us, and enjoy UH27. I'm hoping the next 4 weeks will prove to be fruitful. So yeah, that's all my video. Thank you very much. Hello? Wait. Right, I shall pick up the mic again. We'd like to invite everyone to come to the front, have a look around the car, say hello to the people on the team that you know, take photos. Please have all eyes on the car. And then once you are satisfied that you've taken a proper look at UH27, please make your way back downstairs, enjoy the refreshments, go and speak to the FSAI guys at their stand. And thank you very much for coming along this evening. It is really, really appreciated. Thank you.